Thank you for joining us for Social Media One-on-One, Building a Greater Online Presence. My name is Rachel Ankerson, and I'm the Search Engine Optimization Analyst at TeleVox Software. Today we're going to have some fun. I'm betting all of you have varying levels of experience with online social media. Some of you may have Facebook pages or have gone to see a funny YouTube video online. But have you ever wondered what kind of tools are out there that you could potentially use to bring awareness to your practice? With so many choices, it's often easy to get lost and overwhelmed. Some of you may even feel a little bit apprehensive about jumping on the what's hot right now bandwagon. The fact of the matter is that you don't have to be overwhelmed. Before marketers and other business professionals took hold of social media and made it into a job, social media existed for our enjoyment and to make online interaction easy and fun for everyone. The biggest difference between social media visibility and search engine optimization is that people are at the center of your search strategy and not keywords. So what I'd like to do is give everyone here who is new to this an opportunity to learn about what social media is available and become inspired to find a social media outlet that would be both enjoyable and useful for your practice. And finally, I'll top everything off with some tips and advice for all of you who are serious about making social media a part of your marketing strategy. Okay, a few things to disclose before we begin. This presentation is for educational purposes. While engaging in social media, there may be HIPAA rules as well as state laws and other regulatory issues to consider. Always seek legal counsel before engaging in online social media. TeleVox does not advise or provide guidance regarding online content. So what is social media and why is it so popular? Well, social media is sort of like an umbrella term that covers all online content, text and multimedia, that's generated by online users like you and I. It allows us to connect online to form relationships for personal, political, and business use. Many businesses use social media to build a positive online presence and protect their image and reputation online. Some businesses find opportunities in casual online conversation, while others just enjoy staying in everyone's line of sight by participating in the online social world. I'm sure some of you might be wondering, why have social media? Well, the first obvious reason is communication. People are busy and life is hectic, right? Often we don't have time to call our close contacts and let them know Joey took his first step or that Charlotte broke her leg. It's much easier to update your Facebook status with the news. And for you guys, if you're not managing your reputation online, someone else might do it for you. The cold truth about the internet is that if you're a business, you're going to be at some point talked about online, either negatively or positively, or maybe a combination of both. The internet almost forces us to do a good job, doesn't it? That's why it's important for you to have a voice too, and not leave your online reputation vulnerable to the minority of patients with negative opinions of your practice. And your reputation is not only spread through word of mouth anymore. Many people look online to find out who those real experts are. Not to mention, social media is a great way to target your young audience. Which brings me to our first question of the day. What percentage of Generation Y, people born between 1980 and 2000, has joined a social networking website like Facebook, MySpace, or Twitter? The answer is D. According to Eric Qualman of Socialnomics, 96% of Generation Y is currently on a social networking website, and Generation Y is the largest generation since the baby boomers, according to Businessweek magazine. Experts predict that Generation Y will surpass the baby boomer generation in population within the next 10 years. Some are even saying it'll occur in the next year or so. So it's very important that you're targeting this demographic, and with social media, it's easier than ever. So, examples of social media used for communication would be blogs, microblogging websites like Twitter, social networking sites like Facebook, MySpace, or LinkedIn. Another way social media is used is for collaboration. This brings total strangers together to share information, experiences, and expertise between themselves and others. Think websites like Wikipedia.com and opinion websites like Yelp, or maybe Q&A sites like Yahoo Answers. Sometimes the information's reliable, sometimes it's not. Either way, collaborative social media can be very powerful. Think of the online reviews, both positive and negative, that come from patients. This online collaborative information can move a potential patient to make a decision either favorable or unfavorable based on how they interpret what's being said about you. It's pretty serious stuff. All right. And social media is used for multimedia. Countless images and videos are uploaded and viewed every day. Think of all the funny YouTube videos you've seen and how easily they're spread across the web. Ordinary people become internet celebrities in a matter of days just by creating and sharing funny video online. It's so much a part of our culture now. Dental and ortho practices are uploading treatment videos and receiving thousands of views online. This multimedia sharing presents a goldmine of opportunities that are cost-effective and can bring awareness to your practice. It can be fun and easy to work with too. Okay, now that you know the basics of what social media is and what it's used for, let's explore a few social media websites in our three main categories: communication, collaboration, and multimedia sharing. We'll then follow this up with some tips. So let's start with our first category, communication, and we'll explore blogging. So Blogger.com is an example of a free blog service that many people use. The term blog actually comes from a combination of weblog, and it's basically just an online journal where you can write about anything you want. Your new blog entries appear at the top of the page, while your older entries appear further down and in your archives. Some blogs even have multiple authors, so the blog isn't just one person with one point of view, but multiple people sharing their thoughts on a common subject. Blogs with a healthy readership often have a lot of readers submitting their comments on each article, which can create a nice dialogue between the readers and the author of the post. When great dialogue is present, this helps to reinforce reader loyalty and keep people coming back. Like any other website, a blog can be linked to and bookmarked by a reader. However, the real charm and one huge difference is that a blog can be subscribed to. Whenever you see this orange RSS feed symbol on a website or blog, it means the contents can be subscribed to and read through a feed reader or blog aggregator, almost like a collection of newspaper articles, only digital. This helps to maximize your readership and build loyalty. So, because blogs can be subscribed to, it's also a great idea for a blog author to stay tuned in to what other authors are writing about through one of these aggregators, so all their posts, all the posts by their favorite authors are all situated in one place. Feedreader.com. It's a great place to download one of these free aggregators so you can collect all of your blog posts by all of your favorite blog authors. Keep in mind that many blog authors appreciate it if you're blogging about them or referencing them and linking to one of their posts. They typically show their appreciation by mentioning you and linking to you in some form or fashion, increasing your search engine visibility. So it would be great to form relationships with other people who are blogging about the same things you're blogging about. Other great features of blogs include adding pictures and video, Since blogs do appear in search engines and tend to get more attention from search engine robots, a blog would be a great place for appropriate and clever keyword usage. Another great way to communicate through social media is Twitter.com. Twitter is great for people who want to stay in the loop with their connections, but on their own terms. Twitter would be considered a microblog, and it asks the question, what are you doing? If you're waiting in line at Starbucks, you would post on Twitter something like, waiting in line at Starbucks, think I want a skinny latte. So Twitter users post answers that are under 140 characters in length, and most of the time communication is rhetorical. In other words, you can post anything and no one really expects a response, although sometimes it's nice. Now, if you're signed on to Twitter as a new user, you're not going to see what other people are posting until you start searching for people you know and following them. Finding people to follow is easy. Following is synonymous with connecting or adding them as a friend. You can see everything they post and they can see everything you post if they follow you back. Twitter is very versatile. You can tweet through your phone or even add a Twitter feed to your website. You can allow people to follow you on Twitter just by cleverly adding a link to your Twitter page directly from your website. Great social networking tool. There are tons of creative ways to use it. Okay, Facebook.com is considered a social networking site. And let's do some Facebook trivia, shall we? How many people worldwide are currently on Facebook? The answer is B. There are currently more than 300 million people worldwide on Facebook, according to Facebook.com. If Facebook were a country, it would be the 4th largest in the world, right behind the United States. It's extremely addictive and something employees in your office would enjoy maintaining for your practice. Users can share their entire life with their friends through pictures, status updates, video, notes, messages, and other Facebook features. All of these updates are fed through a news feed that's visible to all the users' connections immediately after logging in. When you log in, you can see your friend's photo album from their trip to France, or you might see that another friend just got married. Your Facebook profile is all about you. It's like your home. It's a place where people can leave you messages or comment on your status. It's where your pictures, all your pictures, and all of your information lives. Facebook users can search for connections or reconnect with old friends. You can browse through your friends' friends to see if there's anyone you mutually know that you can connect with. Often what you find is you get a couple friends and pretty soon you start realizing or start noticing that people are looking for you and finding you and requesting you to be their friend. You can even find connections through your email address book. Users can also set up a Facebook fan page for their business, which operates much like a separate Facebook profile but with a business angle. It's a great way to share information about what's going on with your practice and any events, promotions, news, pictures, and video. And since all of your updates go through a news feed, you can stay in plain sight of all your Facebook fans. You can send out invitations to people you know to become a fan on your Facebook fan page. Okay, LinkedIn.com is a professional networking site. It functions a lot like a Facebook profile, but heavily oriented towards business and professional networking. It allows users to connect or reconnect with other professionals. You could say it's less personal compared to something like Facebook. A user would create a profile that summarizes who they are, what they do, their work experience, their education and professional or personal details. Other LinkedIn users can recommend you, and these recommendations remain on your profile for everyone to see. Also on your profile, you're given the option to include links to your website or your blog, which can help to drive traffic to either of these. Like Facebook, LinkedIn users can update their status and send messages to their other connections. Q&A sections allow LinkedIn users to ask and answer questions related to their industry. These also appear on the user's profile. So naturally, the more activity you have in this area, the more authority you appear to have. LinkedIn is a good place to build relationships with other professionals in your community. For example, professionals with children who need braces, or maybe the dentist down the road who might be open to passing referrals your way. Okay, let's move on to collaborating through social media. Collaborating online comes in different forms. Some people do it without realizing that's what they're doing, like giving a good or bad review about a restaurant or a movie online. It's a good idea for business owners and practices to get involved in social media collaboration if what they can offer is helpful and useful to potential patients. One way businesses collaborate is by contributing their website content to social media outlets like StumbleUpon.com. StumbleUpon positions themselves as an alternative to a search engine. After signing up for an account, a StumbleUpon user would download a browser toolbar from the StumbleUpon website that would allow the user to give any website they traveled to a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So all of this information, every website they traveled to that they gave a thumbs up or a thumbs down to, it all feeds into one spot on StumbleUpon.com. And in this one spot that all these high recommendations flow to, the users can also comment on this particular website and respond to other comments as well. So many website owners add a StumbleUpon icon link to their website. So when a StumbleUpon user visits that person's website, they can rate them easily, give them a thumbs up or thumbs down, or comment and instantly add that content that's on that person's website, feed it to the StumbleUpon site. So bottom line, having a StumbleUpon link on your website spreads your website content, all your words on your website, spreads it to a broader audience through that StumbleUpon website. It's allowing your users to bookmark your website publicly for everyone to see. Another way business professionals collaborate through social media is by interacting on Yahoo Answers. Yahoo Answers is a very widely used Q&A website. You don't have to sign up for a Yahoo Answers account to read these answers, but if you wanted to ask or answer questions, you would need an account. Yahoo Answers allows users to share concerns and questions with others and get feedback from average Joes and experts. All right. One of the neatest things about social media is the ability to visually represent your skill and expertise as a professional through multimedia and share it across the web. This fits in perfectly with dentistry and orthodontics because the two areas are so visually oriented. It's so much easier for people to understand the effects of periodontal disease by looking at pictures of the disease than maybe just reading text alone. One website for image sharing and commentary is Flickr.com. Flickr is a website that allows users to upload images where they can be searched for and commented on. Images that are interesting usually get a lot of attention from other users. One thing to keep in mind is what kind of reaction you want to get out of people. Clever Flickr users use keywords to describe their pictures because these images can be indexed in search engines under image searches. Another multimedia site that might be more familiar to you is YouTube.com. YouTube allows users to upload videos to the YouTube website. Registered users can not only upload video but also comment on videos from other users. Anyone can watch a YouTube video whether they're a registered user or not. And the neat thing is, if you're a YouTube user and you've uploaded some video, you can embed your videos into your website or your blog or your Facebook page. Okay, so before we go over our 7 social media ideas, I need to reiterate our earlier disclaimer. This presentation, including the following material, is for educational purposes. While engaging in social media, there may be HIPAA rules as well as state laws and other regulatory issues to consider. Always seek legal counsel before engaging in online social media. TeleVox does not advise or provide guidance regarding online social conduct. Okay, now it's time for some tips. Number 1, get a Blogger account. Blogger is free and user-friendly. Blogging is new territory in dentistry and orthodontics, and from what I've seen, I think the idea of blogging has been planted, and it's starting to grow into something fantastic. So if there's anyone out there listening to this who has considered blogging, now would be a good time to get started. And just remember, a blog is whatever you make of it. Your level of involvement with blogging is going to be mid to high, because a successful blog requires not only subject expertise, but creativity and dedication. A blog that sits out there and is not updated regularly has a very small chance of succeeding. A successful blog can bring a great deal of visibility to your practice and give people the confidence that your practice is knowledgeable and has the expertise they're looking for. Okay. Number 2, try out Twitter. Twitter is very hot right now for businesses. The key for you will be to keep it local. Think people who would schedule an appointment with you. Post random tweets about your office, anything new and exciting going on. Be totally natural, don't be self-serving. Everyone on Twitter has seen, those people, the business owners who are on Twitter and all the other social sites, but really it's some online media marketer doing all the driving. Take my advice, if you care about your online reputation, don't do that. Your level of involvement is usually low to medium. Tweeting takes only a few seconds, and you don't have to be on Twitter all the time. All right, number 3, join Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn, or all 3. What a great way to show the human element of your business. Plus, it's free exposure. Post pictures of your new office being built, things that are new and exciting, maybe even humorous. Update your status. Let people know what's on your mind. Use that news feed that we talked about earlier to your advantage. People actually read that stuff. With these social networking websites, it's okay to lightly interact with people you barely know. Okay. All right. Number 4. Ever heard of Add to Any? AddToAny.com. Get it. It's totally free. You don't have to pay anything for it. It's 2 buttons. There's a share button for your website, and there's also a subscribe button to put on your blog. The bottom line is that if you have great content on your website or your blog, these buttons can help take you to a broader audience. So it's basically a button that has a drop down that allows people to share your content on other social media websites. As you can see in this picture on your screen, you've got a number of social media website links that come from this blog, like Facebook.com or Twitter or Blogger.com. There's a lot of different ways that the button can be used to share and disperse information across all of these social media sites. So that's what the button is. It's It's simple to use. You know, your level of involvement is low because aside from following the instructions on addtoany.com and submitting a request to web support to insert the buttons on your site, you don't have to do anything. They just sit there. It's really the people that are going to your website that are doing something. They're clicking on the button, and then they're sharing your information across all of their social networking sites that they're involved with. Okay, number 5, participate in Yahoo Answers. What a great way to not only get ideas for new website content, but also gain status as an authority figure in your industry online by answering questions about things you're good at. And Yahoo Answers shows up in search engines quite frequently. Your level of involvement here can be sporadic. It's not a major commitment, but the more you give, the more you'll get back with Yahoo Answers. All right. Idea number 6. Sign up for Flickr and share photos online. If you've got a camera, start snapping pictures of neat technology you use in your office. If you're not sure what people like to see, go to a place like Yahoo Answers. There are a lot of people out there just looking for pictures of things like gingivitis and gum disease. You can point them to a picture of it on Flickr.com. Since people can comment on Flickr, you can easily get a discussion going. Just a cautionary note, with photo sharing websites, it would be wise to respect their rules. Flickr has very strict rules about using the site for the sole purpose of uploading advertisements. The good news is it's easy to walk the balance between following their rules and bringing awareness to your practice. If you know what you're doing, or you make sure you're working with someone who does. So your level of involvement here is about medium. You do have to make an effort to capture great shots. You have to make an effort to upload them and share them on the site. It would also be wise to comment back if someone leaves you feedback on your images. You also have to take into consideration your HIPAA rules as well with this. Okay. Number 7, get on YouTube, share your videos online. Orthodontic and dental YouTube videos can get a lot of attention. Some get over 10,000 views. So shoot some video of certain procedures, or maybe how CEREC crowns are made. Go buy a $200 flip camera and take some quick videos to post online. It's very easy for a YouTube video